welcome back to my channel. So I'm here with another fragrance haul, you guys. You know that I can't help it. I cannot help it. It is real. The addiction is real. Well, let's call it the fragrance enthusiasm is real, right? Oh my goodness, I cannot stop buying, you guys. I just did another haul just a few days ago and I realized I have enough. I bought enough for a whole other haul. So I thought I would do this haul for you guys. Besides, that's what I'm here for, you guys. I'm a fragrance reviewer. I blind buy fragrances and I review them for you so you don't have to blind buy them. You know what I mean? Today I have a very exciting haul, you guys. I have some rare gem niche fragrances that I hauled, and I have some really nice designer ones. So if you guys want to see what I hauled and hear my thoughts about them, just keep watching. So I think I'm going to start with the amazing niche fragrances I hauled, you guys. So the first one I have here was sent to me by Twisted Lily, you guys. They are an amazing niche fragrance retailer and they have the most exclusive, hard to find niche fragrances. I was blown away when I browsed their website. Guys, they have niche fragrances from fragrance houses that are so exclusive and so prestigious that you may not have even heard of some of them. But they also have amazing niche fragrances from niche fragrance houses that we are in love with, like Zerjoff, House of Oud, Maison Kurkdjian, Parfums de Marly, Creed. I mean, the list goes on and on and on. They have rare niche fragrances from niche fragrance houses like Parfums de Nicolai, Willem Perfumery, Ormond de Jane, Heretic Parfum, Hermetica Paris, Etat Libre d'Orange, Carne Barcelona, Comme des Garcons Parfums, Acro, Abel, Ormond de Jane, Maison, Nomenclature, Hermetica Paris, Heretic Parfum, Initio Parfums, Roja Parfums, Zerjoff, and Zerjoff Casamorati. I mean, it goes on and on and on, you guys. They have like amazing niche fragrances that are so hard to find and you will never find on discount websites. Looking at their website, seeing what they have, I was so blown away and I was so thankful and happy that they reached out to me and that I discovered them. So the fragrance that I received is something that I have been waiting to try for a very long time. Somehow I just, you know, didn't buy it for whatever reason, because I have so many fragrances that I want to buy and review, you guys. I've been so curious about it and I've heard so much about it, and everything that I've heard sound so much like me. It sounds like something that I would love. It's none other than Maison Kurkdjian's Oud Satin Mood, you guys. I have been dying to try this fragrance. So let me take it out of the box. I am going to actually spray this one on my skin. By the way, this is the packaging, which I really love. So it comes in this, you know, typical Maison Kurkdjian packaging. So let me take her out. Here she is, Oud Satin Mood. So as you know, this is an extrait de parfum, so it is the highest oil concentration. That means it's about 30% oil concentration when it's an extrait de parfum. So I can't wait to try this. So let's spray her on. I'm going to spray it right here on my wrist. I'm going to play another one. Ooh, isn't this the most beautiful rose oud fragrance? Guys, this one is so vanilla heavy. Oh man, I get this huge dose of vanilla right off the bat. It's very vanilla like oud rose. So I'm getting vanilla, I'm getting that beautiful rose. Such a pretty rose. When you mix rose with vanilla, I have noticed it is divine. So I get that gorgeous big dose of vanilla with that beautiful rose, and I am smelling the oud too. The oud is not like out there in, you know, out front kind of grabbing you. It's more in the background kind of holding the rose and vanilla up, so to speak. It's in the background complementing vanilla and rose. This is so beautiful. Wow, this is more than what I heard. Like, I heard so many good things about this fragrance, but this smells better than what I expected, even better. It's such a beautiful vanilla rose oud fragrance, you guys. Wow. It's very floral too. I'm getting a little bit of powderiness, some like violet or something in here as well. Some blue purple flower like violet. I'll look up the notes here in a second. But I know there's vanilla, like a big dose of vanilla in here. I know that. I can smell it. There's got to be rose. There's oud. We all knew it's an, you know, rose oud fragrance. I can smell those two really well. I'm smelling powdery, sort of floral in here. It's very, you know, floral as well. There are some other florals in here that are really complementing the rose in here. It's also very kind of balsamic fragrance, very balsamic. And it is a little bit warm, spicy as well. So let's look up the fragrance notes now. Yeah, you guys, I was right. I was right. It has two kinds of rose, actually two of my favorite kinds of rose. There's Bulgarian rose, which is one of the most expensive rose oils ever. Turkish rose, which I adore. You get Turkish rose in Delina, Parfums de Marly Delina, for example. Just for reference. So Bulgarian rose, Turkish rose, and there's the beautiful oud. It's not a barnyard oud. It's not in your face oud. It's not a super oriental kind of oud either. It's like it's a very beautiful oud. I can't quite explain it. I think that sweetness of the vanilla has something to do with it too. And then there's of course vanilla, just like I expected, and benzoin, which is why there's a massive accord of vanilla in here. I mean, that benzoin smells like vanilla as well. So when you combine benzoin with vanilla, the vanilla accord is massive. And then you get violet, just like I expected. I knew it was violet because it doesn't smell like iris, and I knew it must be violet. Violet is, how do I explain it to you guys? I can tell the difference between iris and violet. There's a difference between the way violet smells and iris smells in fragrances. Iris is a little bit more like prominent, I suppose, which is one way to put it. You know, you can tell when it's like super powdery, and so is violet, but violet is a little bit more demure, you know, kind of powdery floral. Oh my goodness, I'm even more in love with the dry down, if that's possible. I love the opening, I love the middle, I love the dry down. There's some kind of warm spice in here that I'm getting. I'm wondering what that is. Definitely not cardamom or anything like strong like that, but something very subtle. And I'm getting a bunch of other florals as well that they may not have revealed. I don't know why I didn't purchase this fragrance before. You know I adore Maison Francis Kurkdjian, but I'm so thankful that Twisted Lily sent me this fragrance. Thank you so much, Twisted Lily. I will be definitely shopping there a lot more now. Those niche fragrances they have, you guys, they are mind-blowing, really mind-blowing. And I want to explore more niche fragrance houses that you guys don't hear every day, right? That's what I want to do with Twisted Lily, because you hear the, you know, same niche houses, like fragrances from the same niche houses over and over again. I want to discover things with you guys. I want to discover new, more exciting niche fragrance houses. They have some of the most, you know, exclusive, prestigious niche fragrances on their website, you guys. And by the way, if you want to save some money, you can, because I am so glad and thankful to Twisted Lily for giving me this discount code. So I have a discount code that I can offer you guys if you want to buy some of those amazing, hard to find, prestigious niche fragrances from their website that you can't find. Feel free to use it. It's a discount to help you guys out. You can use the code CLEO10. I will put it right up here. I will list and link all that information down in the description box. I will put the link to Twisted Lily there as well, you guys. Oh my God, I am so so beyond excited that I get to explore niche fragrances that you guys don't hear about every day, and I will be bringing you some very unique, hard to find, prestigious fragrances. Just stay tuned, you guys. And the nice thing about their website, you guys, is that you can actually sort fragrances by the price, by the brand, and by gender. Like, so if you want, you know, female focused fragrances or unisex fragrances, whatever have you, you can sort them. And that way you're not wasting hours and hours and hours just sifting through things. It's a very like pleasant and fast shopping experience. And they also have the other stuff that complement the fragrance that you buy, like the corresponding body oil, the body cream, body butter, shower gels, and hair mists, name it. They have it all. Like, for example, if you buy a Maison Kurkdjian fragrance, then you can also find the, you know, the hair mist or the body oil or whatever it is that you want. I believe they also have home diffusers as well. But yeah, anyway, you guys, I am just blown away, and I'm so thankful to have received this fragrance. This is so beautiful. I kind of want to just bite myself where I sprayed this. I'm gonna smell like $1,000,000 wearing this. 100% approve this fragrance. What a masterpiece. His fragrances are always masterpieces. Maison Kurkdjian Oud Satin Mood. Extrait de Parfum. You guys, I wanna cry. I'm gonna try and hold myself back. I'm like for serious, for real, going to cry if I go there, you know. But I bought the most mind-blowing Roja Parfums fragrance that I have ever smelled to this date, and you guys, I broke it. Can you believe it? It fell off my little rotating beautiful crystal tray that I keep all my highly exclusive niche fragrances on. You guys, I usually don't take it out of the box. I keep them in the box. So this is the box, by the way. I got some stuff on it, but this is the box it came in, and I usually keep all my fragrances in the boxes until I haul them. But for whatever the crazy reason, I think because I was so blown away by it and I was so excited to display it on my gorgeous crystal tray with all the other amazing niche fragrances I have, the luxury ones, I got excited and I put it out. My special rotating tray for super luxury fragrances is overcrowded, you guys, and this was sitting on the side, and I pulled one fragrance out and it fell right onto the floor and it shattered, you guys, and this fragrance spilled out. I was able to salvage just like a little bit of it, and I put it in 2 decants. It wasn't much left in the other broken half, and I was worried there might be like, you know, glass pieces in there, so I had to be very careful, use a sifter and everything. So this is all I got left from my big bottle here that fell. You want to see it? I kept the broken bottle because I was so heartbroken. So look at this, it broke open like in the corner, so it must have fell on its edge like that, otherwise it probably wouldn't have broken. It wasn't like such a high fall. And look at that gorgeous crystal cap, you guys. Oh my god, this fragrance, oh, this fragrance is so bewitching. Gosh, is there, I'm gonna have to invent new words to describe this fragrance, you guys. I kid you not. This is just a bewitching scent. You wear this and you will be noticed in the most princess royal way you can possibly imagine. I did not know this was mind-blowingly amazing, you guys. Look at that, by the way, that gorgeous cap, you guys. I'm gonna keep the cap. I'm probably gonna put this cap on my Roja Enigma Oud. That one doesn't have a crystal cap, so I'm gonna probably put this one on that. At least I can salvage the cap. Oh, you guys know how expensive Roja Parfums fragrances are, you guys. Not only did I lose the most amazing Roja Parfums fragrance, but also I lost quite a bit of money with this. It's like gold. Roja fragrances, they are like the juice inside. It's like liquid gold, you know. It's like dropping gold on the floor and it disappearing right before your eyes, you guys. But anyway, as you know, this is the beautiful bottle. Unfortunately, here's the gorgeous presentation, of course, just as always with the beautiful satin setting, and here's the fragrance sitting on it, of course, the broken bottle. Let me review the fragrance using the 2 decants that I decanted out of the little bit of juice that was left in the bottom of the part that didn't break. So let me spray this one. I don't want to even spray this anymore, you guys, because I want to savor every last drop of this fragrance now that I only have 1/10 of it left. So I'm not spraying it in the air. I don't spray Roja Parfums fragrances in the air or on blotter cards. I spray them on my skin. So I have Oud Satin Mood on this side, and I'm going to spray this one here. This fragrance, you guys, I am not being dramatic when I tell you this. My mind is blown. This has got to be the most amazing, gorgeous Roja Parfums fragrance I've ever smelled, you guys. I also ordered Risque, by the way. I hear that one is quite bewitching too. It's on the way, and yeah, this time it's staying in the box. It's staying in the box. In fact, from now on, they're all staying in their boxes. Seriously, you guys. I have Enigma out, and you know I die hard love that. I have Roja 51. Love them. They are just the same Roja quality amazingness. But this, you guys, this kind of takes the cake. This is like the best one. By the way, it spilled on my floor, and that happened like 4 days ago, 5 days ago. My room still smells like danger. And I have a feeling just the way it's going, it's gonna smell like that for like half a year, you guys. I don't think that scent's gonna go away. Roja fragrances are so gorgeous and feminine and like very classy. It's not like beast mode, kind of in your face kind of beast mode, but they project. By the way, before I dropped the fragrance and broke it, I did feature it in my top luxury fragrances that smell expensive video. I will link it up here and down in the description box. So actually you can see it in one piece in that video, you guys. I filmed this haul video after that one, so this is why this is going up afterwards. I usually do the haul video first before I feature fragrance in other videos, but I really wanted to do that other video first, so it was featured in that one. So check that out if you want to see what this looks like without it being broken. So when I sprayed it, when it first arrived, guys, I smelled like it all day. My dress that I wore that day still smells like it. I haven't put it to wash yet. This is such a beautiful, hypnotic, narcotic, bewitching, white, yellow, floral, woody fragrance with beautiful sweetness. It's sweet as well. It's so powdery and it's so elegant and it's so gorgeous and very sexy in a very sensual way, all at the same time. It is hard to describe. You guys can see my enthusiasm. I mean, guys, this one is the most beautiful Roja Parfums fragrance I've ever smelled. This has a good dose of vanilla that makes it beautiful and sweet. There's a little bit of citrus. It's slightly warm, spicy. Like I said, it's powdery. I think it has violet in it. Violet is such an elegant, powdery, floral note. It opens with a bunch of beautiful citruses, you guys, not just bergamot. There's grapefruit, mandarin orange, lemon, and then there's lemon verbena, which is like a beautiful lemony kind of herbally thing, but in a very like sensual way. Love that note. And there are beautiful yellow and white florals, you guys. Ylang ylang, gardenia, jasmine, you know, the best yellow and white florals. There is, like I said, violet in here. I was right. There's rose, beautiful rose note in here too. It's actually May rose that's in here, and complementing the florals, there's peach in there for like a little bit of juiciness, like a feminine, you know, peach is a very feminine, juicy fruit. And you guys, I knew I smelled a little warm spiciness here. I will tell you which one that is. So yes, I was right, you guys. There's a big dose of vanilla in here. It's from the vanilla in the base, and there's tonka bean. You guys know tonka bean makes vanilla even better, because tonka bean is like a deeper vanilla smelling note. It's like vanilla, only deeper and darker. So there's tonka bean and vanilla, which makes it very sweet. That intensifies that vanilla accord. There is that beautiful sandalwood in here with that sensual touch. You know, it's such a sensual woody note. There's patchouli for lasting power. This one, like I said, this lasts like for days on your clothes, but on your skin, I would say well over 8 hours. I would say going into 12 hours really on my skin. Of course, in the base, like to complement that violet powderiness, there's orris, which is another powdery note, and there's clove, you guys, giving it a slight warm spiciness. I feel like there may be like some other warm spices in there too, but that's the one that's listed. And of course, making everything so sexy, there's musk. I mean, musk is a must, like I like to say. Musk is a must, you guys. To me, it's a must in a beautiful fragrance in a lot of ways, like depending on the composition, of course. I am just blown away by this Roja Danger Parfum, you guys. Wow. And I could just scream that I broke it, but that's okay. Life happens, you guys. Life happens. We move on. I will live. But I love this fragrance so much. I can't get the broken thing out again, but I'll just show you the box again. This is the most beautiful, beautiful Roja fragrance that I've ever smelled so far to date. Unless, of course, Risque that's on the way beats it. Roja Parfums are straight, as you guys know. The highest quality ingredients Roja Parfums use, you guys, it's like next to none. It is unlike any other, the quality of the ingredients they use. I'm going to just savor these 2 decants that I've got left. This is Roja Parfums Danger Parfum. So I have another one from a niche fragrance house that I adore, that I've been dying to try. And the next one up actually is also from the same fragrance house. Oh, such a beautiful fragrance house. I am a huge fan, and I've been dying to try this from the Casamorati line. You know which one I'm talking about. This is Zerjoff from the Casamorati line. This is Dama Bianca, you guys. So let me show it to you. I have heard so much about this, that this is such a beautiful, demure, feminine scent. So here's what the bottle looks like, you guys. It's a frosted glass bottle. So I'm like out of wrists now, so I might have to spray it in the air, or actually, you know what? I'm gonna pull the sleeve up and spray it here, because I don't feel like wasting Zerjoff either. Now I'm gonna smell like all kinds of gorgeous fragrances. This one is very demure, is the word to use. It is not gonna have excellent projection. This is more of a close encounter type of fragrance. Doesn't have great projection, and also the lasting power wasn't great. That's the one thing that I noticed, but it's very beautiful. It's very demure. Like, I mean, look at the picture that's on here with that, like, you know, lady that's looking very demure, you know. So I read reviews that said that this is a fragrance that people get compliments on, although I'm not really sure, because it doesn't really project that well. Maybe like a close encounter type situation, I'm not sure. Apparently men love this fragrance. I saw several reviews from women who said that men just love this fragrance. I mean, it smells very, very feminine. Even the fragrance notes in this fragrance are so demure. It's very super powdery, by the way. Super powdery fragrance, like it's like the most dominant accord. There's like violet, iris in here. It has vanilla. It's very floral. There's a little bit of a citrus hint in here. It's white floral. It's woody. It's a little musky. And it's very, very fresh. It's a very demure, delicate, floral, fresh fragrance, if that makes sense. So in the opening, it has an interesting note, actually. There's kumquat in the opening, and I smell something very different and unique, and I've realized that must be it, the kumquat with bergamot in the opening. I don't have a fragrance in my collection with kumquat in it, and it's this very like unique, fruity fragrance note. It's hard to again describe. It's not a very sweet fruity note at all. Have you ever had a kumquat? I haven't. And this is a bunch of very demure, beautiful powdery purple blue florals like lilac, violet, and iris. I mean, does it get any more demure than that? And this has very elegant, sort of like gorgeous, girly, feminine white floral notes like Egyptian jasmine, lily of the valley. By the way, men love lily of the valley, fragrances with lily of the valley. This might be one of those fragrances, you guys, although you can't smell it that strongly. You know, like the type of fragrance that other people can smell, but you don't really smell on yourself that much. It could be why, you know, those women were saying that they were getting compliments from men in particular on this fragrance. It could be one of those that plays Houdini, you know, like other people can smell, but you can. Let me know down in the comment section if you have this fragrance, your thoughts on it, and how's the projection and lasting power, longevity on you. Just let me know. I'm very curious to find out about this one and the performance of this fragrance. And do you get compliments from men? And this also has a very interesting note in the base, you guys. It has malt, and I can you can smell it actually. It's very difficult to describe. There's something very different about this fragrance, and that malt kind of balances out the vanilla. I feel like in this fragrance, the vanilla isn't very sweet at all in this fragrance. It's very, very subtle in the background. It's not sweet, like hit you in the face kind of sweet at all. It's just vanilla in the base. Nothing fortifying vanilla like benzoin or tonka bean, nothing like that, just vanilla. And this has amberette or muskmallow in the base as well. There's sandalwood, which is also very like sensual kind of fragrance, woody note. And there's cedar and white musk in the base as well. It's definitely not a fragrance, I would say, for fall and winter at all. This is definitely a spring summer fragrance, definitely more of a summer fragrance. This is a Zerjoff Dama Bianca from the Casamarati line. Next, I have another fragrance that I've been dying to buy from the Zerjoff Casamarati line. This is actually not a blind buy for once, because I always blind buy. You guys know I blind buy. Always blind buy. This one I had a small decant of, and I already knew I love it, and I just needed to buy a full bottle. I finally did it. I finally found it. This is a Zerjoff Lira, you guys, from the Casamarati line. Everybody's familiar with this one. This one is like such a cult favorite, I would say, in the fragrance community. So here is the bottle in the setting, and this one was something I really wanted to have in my collection, you guys, because it's one of those that you need to have in your collection. So this is what the bottle looks like. I love Zerjoff bottles, by the way. They are so amazing. And I'm going to pull this one up and spray it on here on this pulse point. I'm running out of spaces, you guys, so let me you guys can actually watch when I first tested this fragrance. I did a video testing luxury niche fragrances. I will link it up here and down in the description box. And in this video I tested this one. This one's beautiful. It smells like a lemon vanilla custard dessert. That's kind of what it smells to me like. It's got a beautiful citrus accord in this that really complements that caramel in this fragrance. Oh my god, it's so good. And there's a big dose of vanilla, of course, as well. And it's very like sweet. It has a nice big dose of cinnamon in here that adds this beautiful warm spiciness to this fragrance. It's a little bit balsamic and it's a little bit powdery. And the thing I love about this fragrance is the blood orange note in the opening. The blood orange note I love. It's like one of my favorite citrus notes in fragrances, you guys. It's not like the regular orange. There's like something really beautiful about blood orange when it's in fragrances or when you actually eat it too. There's actually Italian bergamot in the opening and also a little bit of lavender, I believe, in the opening. And in the middle you get cinnamon, licorice, and jasmine, which jasmine is beautiful. I don't actually smell the licorice at all, to be honest. Like I'm not getting the licorice. If it's there, it's well blended into others that I'm not picking it up at all. I pick up the gorgeous blood orange, the citrus notes in here, the blood orange, bergamot, all that. I'm also not picking up the lavender as much. I'm also not picking up the licorice at all. I do pick up the cinnamon, the warm spiciness, the jasmine, I can see that. And then of course in the base you get that huge dose of caramel with vanilla, you guys, and musk. Musk of course adds that edginess. I can definitely smell that caramel and vanilla with the blood orange. Those are like the three things that I smell the most. I gotta say, even more than the jasmine. Jasmine is kind of subtle in the background. Like I said, it reminds me of a very delicious lemon caramel vanilla custard dessert. This is Zerjoff Lira from the Casamarati line. So the last niche fragrance I have here, I'm going to not spend too long here because I just did a very comprehensive, thorough, full review of this fragrance. It's probably the most thorough and full fragrance review of that fragrance you're going to see on YouTube. Check that out. I will link it up here and down in the description box. It's of course none other than the latest release from Kayali. It is Kayali Invite Only Amber 23. You guys, like I said, I already reviewed this very extensively. I don't want to spend too long here. This is that gorgeous bottle with that foil metallic sort of finish, which I adore. It's like the quintessential fall fragrance, you guys. This is a very fall appropriate, dark, ambery, oody kind of fragrance, you guys. Like I said, I did the full review. This has like black cherry in the opening, which is gorgeous, with tobacco leaf and pipe tobacco, I believe, also in the opening. And there's honey from Provence in the opening, which adds like a gorgeous deep syrupy touch to this fragrance. There's of course that massive dose of amber in the base. There's a big massive dose of Madagascar vanilla in the base with benzoin and tonka bean, so it's a very like intensified vanilla accord that's in here. This is super sweet. It's got that gorgeous cherry accord from the black cherry. It's warm, spicy, it's very ambery. It's got tobacco accord in it. It's got of course that gorgeous cinnamon, the oud that's in here. This is the first Kayali fragrance with oud in it, you guys, by the way, pure oud. It's very kind of woody. It's a little bit nutty from the hazelnut chocolate that's in here. Don't be intimidated by the tobacco. I don't usually like tobacco either, but in this fragrance it's very subtle. There's Ceylon cinnamon, you guys. This has like rose de mai, damask rose, I believe, also like several types of rose in here. There's cistus leaf, which is a balsamic note, and in the base you get that massive dose of vanilla with benzoin, which kind of fortifies the vanilla accord, makes it stronger. There's cyprol oil, which is like apparently like a synthetic kind of wood smelling fragrance note. I think it's also called nargamilta. There's that massive dose of amber in the base. There's patchouli for lasting power. There's musk in the base, which is a must, you know. Musk is a must for me in a sexy fragrance. And in the base you also get that gorgeous sensual sandalwood. It's a very sensual, dark, ambery, fall appropriate fragrance, you guys. I can smell the oud quite well. I can smell the Ceylon cinnamon. You can smell the cinnamon right away. You can smell the vanilla. You can smell the vanilla. You can smell the tobacco. The rose slightly I pick up, but it's not as prominent. And you can smell that chocolate, hazelnut chocolate for sure. Again, check out the full review. It's a gorgeous, perfect fragrance, I would say, for autumn, for fall season. So this is Kayali Invite Only Amber 23. Now under the designer fragrances I got, you guys, I have something very exciting to share with you guys. It's a new release from Givenchy. It's Givenchy L'Interdit Rouge. This is the flanker to the original L'Interdit. Of course, we also love the L'Interdit en tons, which comes in the black bottle, which I will show you next. And by the way, stay tuned for a comparison between the L'Interdit en tons and the Rouge in my next episode of First of Flanker, coming up soon. Stay tuned for the comparison. I'm not gonna do that today in this video. So this is what the bottle looks like, you guys. Isn't that gorgeous? I love red. You guys know red is my favorite colors. Let me spray this one in the air. And I've already tested this, by the way. This definitely has L'Interdit DNA. This one is very much a white floral tuberose kind of scent. It is kind of sensual if you ask me. It's quite animalic from the white florals in here. You can smell the tuberose in this fragrance very well right from the get-go. It's woody. It's, like I said, animalic from the white florals in here. It's a little bit warm, spicy. It has a little bit of citrus. It's got patchouli in the base. It's a little earthy from the patchouli. And this has one of my favorite notes that I just mentioned, you know, when speaking about the other fragrance over there. This has blood orange in the opening notes, you guys. I love it. And it comes with a fragrance note that I also adore in fragrances, especially in women's fragrances. Ginger, you guys. Ginger does something to fragrances. And then you get that gorgeous tuberose and jasmine in the middle with pimento leaf. The jasmine and the tuberose in here is beautiful. And if you're not a tuberose lover, don't buy this one. This is definitely, you can smell the tuberose very well. And in the base, you get sandalwood, which is very sensual. There is vetiver, slightly earthy. And then you get patchouli, which is also a little bit earthy. I haven't tested it for lasting power, sillage or anything like that, but the projection I would say is moderate. I don't think it's gonna last super long. Again, I haven't tested yet, so don't quote me. In the video, the first or flanker video that's coming up soon, I will mention all that stuff after testing it for a while. Givenchy L'Interdit Rouge. And you guys, I also bought Givenchy L'Interdit en tons. I had a bottle before, but I misplaced it, you guys. I was like halfway done with the bottle and I don't know where I left it. So I had to repurchase it. I actually did a full review of it a while ago. I will link it up here and down in the description box. So this is what the box looks like. This one is the en tons to the original. I don't have the original, but I will compare this one, the en tons and the Rouge, in an upcoming first or flanker video. So let me spray this one. This one's really super beautiful too, you guys. As you know, this is also a white floral tuberose scent, just like Rouge, but Rouge goes in a little slightly different direction, but this one is definitely, you know, white floral tuberose as well. The DNA is the same. This is also very aromatic. It's warm, spicy, fresh spicy. It's earthy. It's obviously animalic from the white florals. It opens with quite the zing from the pepper, black pepper in the opening. It's very spicy in the opening, and you get that gorgeous tuberose in the middle, this time with orange blossom. And there's carrot seeds, which I don't know how that factors in here. I can't really pick up a carrot seed note, and I don't even know what carrot seeds smell like. In the base, you get Madagascar vanilla, patchouli, and vetiver. This is Givenchy L'Interdit en tons. Next, I have another new release. Again, this is a flanker to a very famous original, and I had to get it. This is Carolina Herrera Very Good Girl. You guys, I have Good Girl upstairs. Again, I will compare these two in the upcoming first or flanker video. Stay tuned. This is a beautiful red shoe, you guys. I think I mostly bought this fragrance so that I could just have this gorgeous red shoe. This one is, I knew before I even bought it, it's a very much a rose fragrance. I have so many rose fragrances, you guys, but I had to get this one too. So, this is a very fruity rose fragrance. It's also a little bit tropical. It has a good dose of vanilla. It's got a little bit of citrus. This is a very, like I said, fruity rose fragrance. And there's a freshness about the rose in here, very kind of fresh rose, and it's quite kind of tropical as well. And there's a little bit of sourness to this fragrance. It's very aromatic, it's woody, it's a little bit sweet. This opens with two of the best notes, you guys. Lychee. It gives you like that rose and lychee, kind of gives you a slight hint of Delina, a little bit, but not really. But it reminds you of that because the lychee and rose together, you know, that fruitiness of the lychee with that gorgeous rose in the middle. So yeah, there's lychee in the opening and there's red currant in the opening, you guys, which is really juicy, kind of like black currant but red currant. Then in the middle you get that beautiful rose, and in the base you get vetiver and vanilla, big dose of vanilla actually. There's something sour in here, I don't know. There are a bunch of fragrance notes I'm sure they haven't revealed. There's something sour about it, like did they put rhubarb in here and maybe didn't reveal it because they didn't want it to sound too much like Delina maybe? I feel like there's something something sour green about this one. Kind of like giving you that Delina vibes, but they haven't revealed that fragrance note. I feel like there is rhubarb in here. Don't quote me, but maybe it's a fragrance note they haven't revealed. They've only revealed like 4 fragrance notes, you know? So I'm suspicious. I feel like there's rhubarb in here. I smell the lychee, I smell the rose, but there's something very fresh about the rose in here. So I feel like there might be like, you know, ambroxan or something fresh in here as well, or something fresh green. I don't think it's all that special because I've smelled this before, like for example, Delina. So I don't think it's like super special in the sense like something I don't have in my collection, but it is a beautiful fragrance. I'm not going to compare this to the original Good Girl right now, you guys. I'm going to do it in the First of Flanker, episode number 4 or 5 coming up. This is Carolina Herrera, Very Good Girl. Last but not least, I bought a backup bottle of my love, my nostalgic love from the late 90s, my first fragrance that I ever made my signature fragrance. I talked about this in my Love at First Sniff fragrance video. I will link it up here and down in the description box. This is Safari by Ralph Lauren, you guys. I've talked to you guys to death about this fragrance. You guys know how much I love this. I already have one backup. I have a full bottle, a backup, and this is like backup number 2. I'm crazy like that. Yeah, so this is what the bottle looks like. I'm still in love with the bottle. I really, really love the bottle design. This is such an exotic fragrance, you guys. That's what I can tell. That's what I can tell you about this fragrance. It's an exotic fragrance, and this was my first fragrance that I ever made my signature scent. It's not really an all year round kind of fragrance, but I wore it all year round, all day, all night, really. It's more of a nighttime fragrance, I would say. This has that gorgeous tagetes, which is a marigold, you guys. It's very exotic in here. This has a ton of fragrance notes, you guys. I'm not gonna go through all of them. There's like a million of them. Back then they revealed almost all the fragrance notes. It is a super aromatic, kind of green, woody fragrance with beautiful florals. It's very balsamic. It's floral, like I said. It's earthy, and it's got a slight hint of herbaliness that make it last forever on your skin. It smells very exotic. Don't be afraid when I say herbal. It's like a gorgeous herbal, kind of like the herbal that you have in that fragrance. What do you call it? Now I forget the name. I'll put it up here. And yeah, it's a little bit sweet. It's citrusy. It's such a stunning beauty. It's very unique. It's nothing like any other. They don't make fragrances like this anymore, you guys. This has like tagetes, like the marigold, galbanum. There's like powdery notes like hyacinth. There's narcissus, blackcurrant, juicy notes like blackcurrant. I mean, there's vetiver, amber, Italian jasmine, orange blossom, rose. There's like herbally notes like rosemary. There's orris root, giving it powderiness with the hyacinth. In the base, you get beautiful like sandalwood with the sensual touch with amber and vetiver and patchouli. I love this fragrance. It was my signature fragrance when I was like a teenager, late teen years going into 20. This is Safari by Ralph Lauren. So that's it, you guys. My massive Nation designer fragrance haul. I will link all the information down in the description box. Don't forget to check that out. I love doing hauls, you guys. I can't stop buying fragrances, as you guys know. If you enjoyed this video, please don't forget to give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, which helps me out a lot. Ring that notification bell so that you will be notified every time I upload. Like the other day, I did a bonus video, you guys, on a Friday, which I never post a video on a Friday. That was a bonus video, and you will miss those kinds of things if you haven't subscribed. So make sure to subscribe. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram. I will see you guys in my next video.